My name's JT Burke. I'm the brand manager for Breezer Bikes. I'm here to talk about the new mountain bikes we have for 2011. We have two new 29ers, two in aluminum and two in carbon fiber. That's new for Breezer for 2011 and for the history of Breezer, because Joe Breeze never did a 29er till this year. I'll point out some of the quick features on here that set our bike apart from some of our competition. So the Cloud9 Limited, this is our flagship no-holds-barred race bike, hardtail carbon fiber 29er. And there's a few things that we addressed for 29ers that we're hoping will set the bike apart. One of them was most people complain about the handling of 29ers being a little bit sluggish. Joe Breeze has a history of having good handling bikes with 2.6ers over the years. He's been building mountain bikes for 35 years now. And we wanted to carry that over to the Niners. So one of the things we did was try to make the chainstays as short as possible. The wheelbase on a 29er is already going to be longer than any of the 2.6ers just because of the wheel size. So your axles are 30 millimeters higher than your axles are on a 26-inch bike, even though the BB is at the same height. So you're really sitting down in the bike, and we wanted to bring that rear wheel in as far as we could. So ours are, in our opinion, the shortest in the business. They're 439 millimeters measured on the chainstay. That's not the RC measurement. And to do that, we had to do a few little tricks that add up to bring that wheel in tighter, and it should make it climb a whole lot better. Everyone that's ridden it so far agrees. The first thing we did was, as you shorten the chainstay because of the rear wheel, it really makes, it takes up a lot of space in here. It's hard to keep these chainstays large, to keep them torsionally rigid. So you can make up for some of the lack of size on the left-hand chainstay that you give up on the right. And one way you can do that is to use a BB92 shell. So the BB92 shell allows us to build a much bigger chainstay on the left-hand side. So if you look down straight on here, you'll see they are pretty asymmetrical. We also worked really hard at keeping the right-hand chainstay as wide as we could and still fit up to a 2.3 tire in there. So it comes stock with a 2.2, and the Wolverines are actually a hair wide compared to some of the competitions. So we have a 15 millimeter wide chainstay here, which is about 40% wider than anyone else's that we've seen with chainstays this short. And that wasn't easy to do. Joe Breeze spent a long time working that out. Another way that you can gain some space is to use a direct mount front derailleur. You can see it here on the Cloud9 Pro. The direct mount front derailleur allows you to get a little bit more space in here to keep the chainstay wide. And we also have it set up to fit the new 2x10 drivetrains, because the Cloud9 Limited comes with 2x10 XTR.
Hi y'all, I'm Joe Breeze, designer of Breezer mountain bikes. Been doing this for just about 35 years now with my line of Breezer bikes, and having fun once again with the mountain bike. I'll tell you what differentiates our Breezer Cloud9 from other Niners. What I'm trying to do is have a bike that I can really enjoy on the stuff I love best about mountain biking, and that's the tight, twisty turns, those single track trails that we're all near and dear to. I wanted to make the rear center, the chainstay, just a little, draw that in some, so it's getting closer to a 26er, and also bring the front center in too. And pretty happy with the results. It was a challenge to do, bringing in to a chainstay of 439 or 435, depending on how you measure it. But we were able to, you always have that pinch down at the chain rings and that 2.2 tire, but you can make up for it on the left side with they go with an asymmetrical chainstay design and get that torsional and lateral rigidity that you need in the frame. So anyway, as far as the handling goes with the front center, I'm going with the steeper head angle. Brings the weight in more under your body. It's still a little bit longer than a 26er, but having that contact patch in close gives a good bite through the turn with your weight on it, and it puts you in a position that you're striving for with other bikes, but they just naturally put you in that position so you can get a good bite through the turn and rip that tight, twisty single track.
The 26-inch wheeled bikes continue in our line for 2011. We've got the steel bike called the Lightning and an aluminum bike called the Thunder. Those have been bikes Joe has done for a long, long time, but they've been updated for the 21st century when we came out with them last year. I can point out a few things on the Lightning that make it a pretty special steel bike. Even though it has the classic Breezer paint job from the 90s, there really is nothing at all retro about this bike. We've got a fully integrated head tube. So this is actually specially machined down from us from BMX head tubes. I don't think you'll see too many fully integrated steel head tubes in the business. Our tube sets are also hydroformed. That's the first time that we've seen anybody do that with steel. So we can actually curve the down tube in to get the clearance you need for the fork, and it allows us to widen the perch between the top tube and down tube, which gives you the best stiffness for this length. And it also allows us to get rid of any gussets. Gussets just basically deaden the ride of a bike. Even though they make it stronger, they add weight and they kill the liveliness. Of course, all the Breezers have the iconic breeze-in dropouts, something that Joe started back in 1993. And the breeze-in dropout is a 3D shaped dropout. It's not just a plate. So it allows you to not only have a big purchase for the seat stays and the chain stays to be brazed on or welded on, but it also allows you to carry that tubing as far to the rear axle as you can. And that's really the key to keeping it light and lively and strong, is to use tubing as much as possible and get rid of any flat plate dead weight material. Breeze-in dropouts really are twice the rigidity at half the weight of a flat plate dropout. And you see them on a lot of bikes out here today. Joe never patented that or anything. The Lightning we're bringing in as an SLX bike or a frame only. You can buy the frame on its own, and it has the classic black and white Breezer paint job for the frame. All right, that's the Breezer mountain bike lineup for 2011. Thanks for listening, we appreciate it.